Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ashlane here coming at you today going over 3 bases that you definitely don't want to use in Clash of Clans at Town Hall 11. So in our most recent war, a lot of the opponent just so happened to be using a lot of internet bases, so we really jumped on this opportunity to 3-star a lot of them, thereby providing a really cool blueprint for you guys to use if you run into these popular bases. Now I've done this whole 3-star blueprint episode before. You guys, I'm sure, have seen them, especially for Town Hall 11. I've done a lot of these type of videos, but today I wanted to do a little bit of a different format and really highlight the bases that you really should not be using, especially with the meta gameplay at the high end of the game right now. You don't want these wide open spaces, no matter what type of base you're using, especially a base like this, which is actually really vulnerable to a queen walk, and that's for a number of reasons. The first one being that there's no expo near the south of the base. All the expos are kind of huddled together there in the big wide open space, and once you can get your queen walking, you can have an easy access to the center of the base and then really funnel in a mass Valk attack, which is, you know, what we're seeing mostly in the game right now, whether it be an anti-3-star base or a trophy base. So here goes Shadowblade. He's going to start his queen walk. Why is he starting from the edge there around 9 o'clock, around 8 o'clock? Well, because you don't want to go engage more than 2-point defenses at a time. Otherwise, you'll be wasting rage spells to try to keep her alive. So you can see this works out really nicely here. We have one cannon on her right now. Now we have the archer tower on her as well. She moves out of the range of the cannon. And now she's going to have a safe path right to the entry point for the Valkyries and the Golem in the clan castle. So there goes the Golem. We have one jump spell. We're using 6 wall breakers. They're going to be deployed in groups of 3. Make sure we don't lose them all to some errant mortar fire here. So we're going to use the jump spell for the interior wall. And at this point, make sure you deploy the Grand Warden first. And then you're going to use his special ability as soon as the Valkyries start to leave his range of the Eternal Tome. And now the Eternal Tome has been used. We're going to go ahead and plaster this map with rage spells. It's really nice. This is the danger too with these bases, right? And this is also why this base is number 1 in our list of 3 worst bases of all time. I shouldn't say of all time, of this time, of modern time, because back in the day, these bases were fine. But with Valkyries, you only need 1 jump to enter this base. That gives the attacker the luxury, as in this case with Shadowblade, to use 3 rage spells and 1 freeze spell in the center of that base. You put 20 Valkyries in the middle of the base, and you give them 3 rage spells and 1 freeze spell, it's gonna be an easy 3-star, and I really mean that. And what is this, guys? Oh, it's okay, Clash Tutor. It's just another bad base. That's right, not one of them was using this bad internet base, but 2 of them was using the same identical base, as far as I can tell, at least on first glance. So this time Crips is going to 3-star, and he's going to start from the opposite side. Now he's going to have to pay a little bit for starting on the opposite side. The idea here is he's going to access the center of the base from 2 different areas. Now the Crips way, when you do it the Crips way, as opposed to the Bloods way, I guess, I don't know, if you do it the Crips way, you get to take down the Eagle Artillery and the enemy queen with your queen. However, it's going to cost you 1 rage spell to keep the queen alive, and it's going to cost you her special ability. So she does take down that Eagle Artillery and helps clear out some of that clan castle as well there. Some of the clan castle's still alive, but either way, Crips decides to bring, instead of the Golem, he actually brings Max Hogs in his clan castle, and he uses some balloons as well. Didn't even need the balloons, but he could use the balloons back end if he needed to, if the Hogs didn't get the job done there. So either way, it worked out fine. He was able to use the balloons, a few stray minions there. That's the danger too that you got to be careful of when you are hitting a base from 2 directions that will trigger the clan castle near the same time. I'm sure we've all been there. Sometimes the clan castle splits. You can't get him with your minions, and look at how close he was at the very end there, but he still pulled it off. Very nice, thoughtful attack there from Crips. And now let's move on to the second worst base right now at Town Hall 11. And here it is. It's the ring base. Clash Tutor? Oh, it'll be alright. Obsidian's going to show us how to 3-star this base. Now, this base is kind of messed up here in the middle. I'm not sure if this is intentional. I'm assuming it is, these wall structures here. But it's really not going to affect how to 3-star this type of base here. 1 Inferno Tower also on single target. I would not advocate doing that when you're going up against mass Valkyries. A lot of Town Hall 11 bases. I'm not a big advocate of going 1 single target myself. But if it's working for you, by all means, continue doing it. So anyway, Obsidian sees this base, at first he sees the strange interior of the base. The second thing he sees is the four-corner ring base, which was so popular, about 3 or 4 months ago now? And then lastly, he sees the one single target Inferno Tower, and to him that spells Valkyrie and Queen Walk. But look at where he's coming in on the Queen Walk. You can see the 4 Expos, as we just saw there, are all kind of grouped up together in the northeast of the base. This is a great way to dictate or to allow you to identify where to enter in or where to start your Queen Walk against these resource ring bases. Just go somewhere where you're not going to be in range of any of the Expos with your Queen. You still might have to use a rage spell on her. That's why you're taking 3 rage spells. And again, Obsidian has a very similar army to the first replay we saw by Shadow there. He has 1 golem in the clan castle, a few wizards to get that funnel going, and then he's going to go ahead and enter the base using a jump spell. Now, although the walls are kind of jacked up in the center there, you're still going to have to use 2 jumps no matter what you do here, because otherwise your troops will kind of funnel strangely, and you don't want the defender to dictate the flow of your troops. You, as the offensive party here, you want to be the one to dictate where and when your base, your troops rather, enter the core of the base. So here come the minions again. Yeah, the golem and the golemite are doing a pretty good job distracting them, along with a couple Valks there. Most of the troops make it to the middle there. There's a few Valkyries still alive. Kind of gets chaotic and hectic when you get to the center of the base like that. A few Valks doing some work there on that cannon and archer tower in the south. And then in a minute here, these Valkyries are going to bust through that wall up in the northwest of the inner compartment there and allow a path for the king, queen, and those healers and Grand Warden to go ahead and move around the base. Now, Obsidian does a great job here of using his minions to help snipe wherever he can find the opportunity for them to do so. At this point in the raid, really, besides the hero abilities, that's going to be what your focus is going to be on as the attacker. You're going to go ahead and make sure that you try to get those minions down on the board in a safe spot as quick as possible there, because they're going to be a great help cleaning up, especially against those exterior cannons along the perimeter outside edges of the base. So this base was also bad, and it should be extinct right now with Valkyries, because anytime you can get that open area, again, that's going to be the theme of these bad bases, is the open area. And here it is, base number 3, another internet base that we've seen for a long time. Oh, Clash Tutor, you might as well close us out here. Oh, it'll be okay. Woody's going to take care of this base. You guys might have heard, actually, Woody and Crips have both been on my channel before, so if you want to see interviews, or hear, excuse me, interviews with those 2 great 3-star attackers, go ahead and look in the description box below. I'll go ahead and put both of those videos in there. You can see Woody kind of places the queen a little bit late there. I don't think he intended to have to use right away the queen's ability and lose one of his healers, but he really makes up for it in the second half of this attack. Now, you will notice the theme here is all these attacks are using a lot of Valkyries. I'm seeing a lot of people at Town Hall 11 try to use that Town Hall 10 formula that Hundo shared on my channel last week, where they use back-end hogs. I haven't found that as successful as these just straight-up mass Valk attacks, because let's be honest, if you're taking 10 or 12 Valkyries, they're just not going to have that firepower to get through the center of the base. Now, look at the Grand Warden timing and ability here. Woody is the best as far as never missing those Valkyries with his Grand Warden ability, because honestly, guys, that's the #1 key to any of these attacks. If you don't nail that Eternal Tome ability, it's not going to be a 3-star. It's as easy as that. There's no way that even the level 5 Valkyries can engage 2 multi-target maxed out level 4 Inferno Towers with the max mortars on the board and still live to see the end of the raid, unless you can protect them with the Grand Warden's Eternal Tome ability. It is the most powerful ability in the game. It's kind of like 2 built-in freeze spells when you go ahead and compound it by the movement speed of these Valkyries, which is totally out of control. But anyway, I digress there. This is a great attack by Woody. You can see his heroes all still full health, and a few Valkyries left alive to boot. These were your top 3 worst bases. Do not use these bases, as the title suggests. Guys, thanks for having some fun with me and hanging out today. I really appreciate you taking the time to do so, and as always, take care.
We don't play for fame, we don't play for cash. We just play for the glory and the crash of the ash.